Today we'll be going over a card that I spent $405 for. It has no PSA 10s in existence. 86 have been graded with PSA, and it's a card that I purchased off eBay. We'll also be going over the pop report, what percent it comes back in 8, what percent it comes back in 9, if we even evaluate it to be sent for grading, and what those prices will be if it does come back as those, if we'll make a loss or a gain. So now let's get into assessing the condition of the card. It's a 97 Topps Chrome Refractor of Derek Jeter. It's his rookie cup. Looks like he's turning a double play. I don't know who would have been the shortstop or the second baseman at that time. But the corners look sharp. The top right corner looks good. It has some fuzzies on it that I'll have to wipe off. It also has a couple of little dimples down here on the bottom right corner, but it's in that brownish red border. So I'm not too concerned with that. PSA standard, their grading standards are as long as this is their claim. As long as it doesn't affect the presentation of the card, then it should be good. Because it does have a couple of print lines. You can see those. But they're kind of on that border. I don't even know what kind of border that is. Are they trying to go for like a wood grain on this set? But they don't affect the presentation of the card, in my opinion. Even though there are a couple of manufactured print lines. And I've read that. I've read people from Reddit posts and blowout forums saying that they generally have good success with sending cards that have manufactured print lines to PSA as long as the manufactured print lines don't affect the presentation of the card. So if they're kind of hidden, they're not a glaring issue, then they've had good success. And we can look at even the back corners here, and the back corners look sharp. And I knew that going into purchasing this card, that it had the print lines, and that, of course, it was off center. Here's a good shot of it being off center here at this 145 mark. But I mean, they came out of the gate, out of the facility or factory with poor centering. That's just 1997 Topps Chrome. They have poor centering. And to that effect, there's no PSA 10s, like I mentioned earlier in the intro. So the highest grade that I would expect with this would be a 9. And I don't have any reservation about this not getting a 9. I think it's a good looking card. I'm going to send it in. I'm going to pay the $80 service tier for this one card and see what it comes back as. And if it does come back a 9, I think the market for this card is anywhere from $800 to $900. And with these 90s chrome, this sort of 90s Renaissance era of cards in general, the market could go up by the time I do get this back. All right, let's get into the PSA submission. First, what I'm going to do is look up the Jeter card. Because what I want to do is go over the refractor here and find a PSA 9 that is sold so that we can see what it looks like. That's an 8. Here's a 9. Here's a 9 that's listed on eBay. Let's see what it looks like. So let's blow this up and take a look at it. So this centering looks pretty good. Comparatively, it's not too much better than the copy I have. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm operating under some sort of fairy tale reasoning that oh, if I send this card, it's going to be a 9 no matter what. But here's a better picture, I think, of the sittering. Let's check out another copy. Here's another copy. Let's see if we can see these print lines through the PSA slab. I don't know. Either A, you can't see the print line, or B, it doesn't have print lines, which I don't think would be the case. Why would, I mean, I guess some cards would have print lines and some wouldn't. That's just manufacturing. But you can see over here, this is a little light on the left side and it's heavy on the right, just like every other copy of this card. Let's see if we can find another copy. No, let's look at an 8. So here's an 8. This one is, I think it looks significantly more off center. It also looks like it has a print line going right through the middle of the card. It also has that, it does have that print line right here too, going through the rookie cup. My print line's not there though. My print line is right on the sort of manufactured, almost wood grain border. Not wood grain. I still don't know what it is. But that centering looks pretty heavy, or off pretty heavy on the left side. So, what? I mean, it could 8. It could 8. I could sink. I could lose my ass on it. It's not that big of a loss, even if it is an 8. It's still a great card. It's still a great copy. But let's go back to PSA. And let's go to the pop report. So as you can see, there's 84 that have been, 84 that have been graded, 0 10s, 29s, 48 8s. So let's submit it. Let's go through the submission process. We'll do classic submission. And this is my first PSA submission. I've never submitted to PSA. Let's see what the process is compared to SGC and BGS. BGS was really easy. Grading, autograph dual service, no. Review, nope. Crossover, nope. Reholder, nope. So we're going to go with that. And then obviously here are the service tiers. They don't have standard anymore, only regular at 40 to 50 business days. Max insurance value is $1,500 and it's going to be $79.99. So let's do that. And then we're going to type in our card. Number 7. Quantity 1. Standard grading, default, save. Max insured value, 1,500, correct. Let's proceed to checkout. I do not want to use FedEx. I will ship with my own carrier. So this is interesting. This is the first time I've seen BGS and SGC, I don't think they just have vault options. So we have an option here to send the card to PSA's vault, or we have an option to immediately auction the item right after it is graded, which I don't want to do. I want to have the card back. So I'm going to pump in my address here. Okay, so I put in my address and I put in my credit card information, and this is the final screen. We have ship your own. I'm going to use USPS. I am not going to select any PSA Vault or auction item to eBay. So review order, let's just do that. Please select an after service option to continue. Oh, I do have to select something. Ship item back to me. Yes. All right. And we will please accept terms and conditions down here. And we will place the order. All right. Your submission is complete. Follow the instructions to securely pack and send your items all together to PSA by September 27th, 2026. We've emailed these details to you at my email. Print all documents, receiving label, submission forms, and then they have, looks like they have a video on how to ship your PSA package, prepare your items. Yeah, pretty detailed, pretty thorough. There we go. It's going to be off to grading. We'll see what it gets. 8, 9. I think it's going to 9. Let's hope for a 9.